Hey guys, what's going on? Today we will talk about the AMD Ryzen X3D 3DB cache CPU's prices surge across the globe, and why is that? If you ask, allow me to explain. The most probable cause is gaming and the gaming performance that this chip offers at a price that no one wants to leave on the table. And of course, the supply and demand, as these Ryzen 7 7800 X3D chips are not readily available in the market, so poor availability also contribute to the price hike as well. If you talk about the prices of these chip, well, they were launched at 449 US dollars, and it used to cost 400 US dollar due to the fierce competition, $49 less than the MSRP. But few days ago, Ryzen 7800 X3D was going out of stock at a few retailers, including Amazon and other retailers such as Newegg. The Ryzen 7800 X3D looked too high compared to the previous months. Now Ryzen 7 7800 X3D is selling for 699.99 US dollar on Newegg. I don't know what got into Newegg, because for this price you might want to buy AMD Ryzen 9 9950X that is selling for 649.99 US dollars. That is selling on Micro Center, and also Ryzen 7 7800 X3D is selling for 449.99 US dollar, also at Micro Center. Now these prices hikes are also seen in Europe, and the Ryzen 7 7800 X3D has been selling for almost 429 euros, and we can see in the chart that this was the highest from the last year, and the price from last year was 380 euro. So if we minus 429 from 380, that's 49 euro increase in the price, and it's still going upward continuously, and we don't know whether this will be the case in future. The same trend can be seen with AMD Ryzen 7 5800 X3D based on Zen 3 architecture, and the 5800 X3D has been always below 330 euros in the past 12 months, no matter what. But for the first time in the 2024, CPU touches the whopping 643 euros in 2024. In 2024, the price did come back to 350 euros, but it's still the highest this year has seen. Yes, there are cases where you will find the higher end Ryzen X3D processors quite pricier than usual, but they go back close to their MSRP after a while, as we can see here in the chart. Like these spikes that the processor went up to 680 euros, but then they started to decline and started to come back to the 585 euros. Luckily, other Ryzen X3D processor didn't see such a price increase. However, the availability of the Ryzen 7900 X3D and 7950 7950X3D are affected due to the low stock, so that may be also causing the supply and demand and may contributing into the high prices of the processors. The continuous rise in the prices of Ryzen 5800X3D and 7800X3D is due to the poor availability, as AMD is focusing might be on its new Zen 5 X3D variants of the chips, including its Ryzen 9800 X3D CPU, which is supposedly launching this month. The recent Intel and AMD launch have failed to attract gamers' attention. The existing and upcoming Ryzen 3D V-Cache parts are likely to become even more popular and continue selling like hotcakes. AMD and its partners will have to work on regulation the price in various regions to ensure the customers get the most value for their purchases. So next up today is that AMD pushes out the 3D V-Cache performance optimizer drive for the X3D variants of the chip, where the AMD 3D V-Cache technology significantly enhances the per core performance by increasing the amount of L3 cache available up to 3 times compared to the traditional architecture. As the message suggests, that to fully leverage the technology, AMD 3D V-Cache optimizer has been developed, and there are two modes, distinct mode. Number one, the frequency mode, and number two, the cache mode. So let me read the frequency mode. What happens in the frequency mode is that the optimizer prioritizes the boosting the clock speed of the cores. This is particularly advantageous for the applications and workload that benefits from higher clock frequencies, enabling faster processing of tasks that are less reliant on cache size. Then there is the second mode, cache mode. Conversely, this mode focuses on maximizing the usage of the expanded L3 cache for workload that are cache sensitive, such as certain gaming application, data analytical and other computing intensive processes. This mode allows the system to take full advantage of the increased cache capacity, improving data throughput and reducing bottlenecks. So guys, this means that AMD won't just mount up the higher L3 cache on the CCD and for future Ryzen X3D models. Rather, it work with an optimized approach, ultimately enhancing the 3D V-Cache technology for better efficiency and performance. But that's not for sure whether they will mount the L3 cache on CCD or not, or will there be a multiple CCD or not, or single. So let's keep that for the future, and let's see what the AMD has to offer. Okay guys, next up today is that Intel Core Ultra 200 LGA1851 CPU won't be compatible with existing LGA 1700 contact frames due to a different IHS. Guys, as I have mentioned in my previous video, and I told you guys that the IHS of the new chips are different. So let me show you. As you can see here, the Intel Core i9 4900K, the heat spreader is right in the middle, but if we can see, Core Ultra 9285K is a little bit slanted towards top right side of the chip. That's why the conventional cooling method does not apply to 1851 socket. Okay, Another point what the Intel has to say is that your cooler might be compatible with Core Ultra, but your socket won't. So the mounting holes of the LGA 1700 and 1851 sockets are positioned in the same location, but the back plate used for 1700 coolers will align correctly with the LGA 1851. However, this means that the 1700 circuit remains mechanically compatible with 1151 for thermal solution, but existing thermal solution designed for 1700 can fit for 1851 without modification. But it is also noted that while mounting the mechanism is compatible, user should always consult with your thermal solution. And what the thermal solution has to say? Albert Thomas, a renowned CPU cooling expert, has disclosed that the contact frames from the third companies like Thermal Grizzly and Thermal Arite, which were initially designed for the 1700 socket type, won't be compatible with Intel Core Ultra 200S CPUs. So guys, if you are using one of the Thermal Grizzly and Thermal Arite sockets, they are not compatible with your Core Ultra 200S CPUs, since the new 1851 is a bit bumped up, which has messed up the contact between the frame and IHS. And if you can see here, these are 4 of the edges, well there is 3 edges, but one is bumped up and the other 2 are pinned down. So these may cause a contact issue. So guys, be careful with your contact lid and not to damage your socket. So please, before installing the GPU, always contact your thermal solution so that you do not damage your processor or the socket. Next up today is that Nvidia GeForce RTX 5090 GPU won't have a significant price increase over RTX 4090, and we know that for a reason that Nvidia RTX 5090 GPU won't cost significantly more than the RTX 4090, as the popular leaker Copart7 and Kimi suggested in a response to the recent rumors. And if you compare the specs of the new GPU, the RTX 5090 is particularly looking very enticing compared to the RTX 4090 with the 32GB of VRAM, not to forget the new DDR7 up to 28GB for 5090 and 32GB for 5080 and over 21K cores. But these specs have also raised speculation and rumors about a potential price hike and some exaggerated claims such as 5090 for $2,500 and 5080 for $1,000, because these are all but bad guesses, and for a good reason, because no AIB partner has been briefed on an official as even expected price of the next gen lineup. So these are just wild guesses. Nvidia is in the process of the briefing in its partner on SKUs, configs and specs, but nothing besides that in the current time frame. However, AIB and partners will see the blueprints provided by the Nvidia and devise their own PCB and cooling solution, after which the pricing will be finalized. And according to the new news, Nvidia typically focuses on the MSRP model, since that is what its founder edition designs are going to be priced at, and the initial review have to be based on the MSRP model. The non-MSRP models are designed where AIBs and partner can go all out with custom PCBs and innovative cooling solutions. So the leaks and the rumors also confirm that the most AIB are currently trying to push some RTX 40 inventory as soon as possible, so that we expect the new consignment of the 50 series of the Nvidia. But we might see a similar bump on the price increase in the 5090, like 5099 US price band. Who knows? but rest assured it's wise for a gamer or looking forward to RTX 5090 graphics card. But guys, if you compare these prices over the years, just for your satisfactory, if you compare the 14 to 16 Titan X Maxwell, that was selling for $999 US. But if you can see the Titan X released in the 2016 and 17 for $1,199. And again, if you compare the 2021 and 2022, the RTX 3090 sold for $1,499 US, but the 4090 sold for $1,599 US, just a $100 US bump. So if we can expect the new 4090 and 5090 comparison, we can expect from 100 to 150 to maximum, in worst case scenario, $200, and that will be it. So guys, the rumors about the 2022.5 grand is just exaggerating prices and a bad guess. So yeah guys, don't believe the rumors about the RTX 5090 selling for $2,500 US and RTX 5080 for $1,000 US, because these are all just bad guesses. Yeah guys, that's it for today, and I will see you in the next.